Hey guys, welcome back to Susan Shares. Well, we got Steve with us again today.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for doing this with us, Steve.
Sure.
Well, have you ever thought that saying, I am done, is a good thing? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, yeah, if I finished a task or something.
Well, that's true. That's
but if
true.
you're talking about I'm at my wit's end,
Yes.
that's not the greatest thing to have to get to. So.
And that's exactly what I was referring to. Like, I am done. I'm at my wit's end. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And actually, I am going to tell you that that's exactly, God would say, yes, that is a good thing. That can be a very good thing because He is saying, finally, Susan, in my case, you're done. Let me take over. So that in that regards, in that frame, that is a great thing. God would say, finally, finally, you're done. You're done trying. You're done. Let me take over. So I think that's a super positive, spiritually, in the spiritual realm, that is a very positive thing. You're at your wit's end. Let God take over.
Yeah. Yeah, He's more than willing and able.
And desires us
Yeah,
to do so.
it's a shame that it sometimes takes us too long to get to our wit's end before we want to include Him, maybe. I know in some of your conferences you've used the scripture out of 1 Peter about casting all your anxiety or cares on Him. It's an active, it's an action sort of motive to be able to get to that point and do it.
Yes.
So that's good. And I think you've got a chapter in your book, don't you, about I'm done in the devotional book?
Oh yeah, it's and it's actually called I'm Done. is the name of the devotional, and it's got some tangible takeaways about that. But in that devotional, it has he wants us to lay down our I'm done moments at His feet by pouring out our heart to Him, and it references Psalm 139 because that's one of my favorite. The listeners of Susan Shares know I'm constantly saying I'm fickle about favorite passage of scripture, but Psalm 139 is one of my all-time favorites because in it says, I already know what's on your tongue before you say it. So that implies be completely transparent, honest, real with me. You can't shock God. And that's what He's saying, do. I already know what you're going to say. So tell me everything. Tell me your heart. I want to know. He already knows the desire of our heart. So just be completely open and honest before me. He knows it all, in other words. He knows everything about us. He is intimately acquainted with everything about us. So that is so comforting to me. I don't have to hide anything from God. He already knows it all. And so when you release, when you come, as Steve was saying, when you're at your wit's end, as he so eloquently said a while ago, I'm done. And what we're thinking is a really negative, God can transform into, okay, I'm overwhelmed, but God's not overwhelmed by that at all. You can't shock Him. Nothing's overwhelming to God. He's the same yesterday, today, and always. He's totally in control. So I need to release control to Him.
Yeah, He's kind of gotten you to the point of a submitted spirit that He can then work with. It's kind of our stubbornness and whatever else is out of the way then finally at that point. Also, Scripture, Proverbs 16:3 says, commit your works to the Lord and your plans will be established. Susan put that little scripture in my overnight suitcase one night when I was going on a business trip, and I saw that and I got to thinking, what's it mean to commit your works to the Lord? And actually that word commit has the meaning of to roll onto. So, sort of what burden are you carrying on your back? Roll that off to Him. And so, you finally get to that point. It's too heavy for me. It's too much for me. I'm kind of overwhelmed by it. What step do I take next? Take a moment to roll it over to Him, commit it to Him. And then He said the plans would be established. So anyway.
So I hope the next time you might say, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I hope immediately, just after this video, that you would think, wait, but okay, good. I'm done. I invite you, God, to take over now. I'm done trying. I, myself, am done trying. I'm done being at my wit's end moments. I am going to release this to you. I give this to you. Take over, God, because that's so what he desires to do in our life, so that we can have peace. He wants to do it. That's the 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety, your fears to me, because I care for you, as he's saying. He desires to care for us. We've got to give it up. So I hope the next time you say that comes to mind. And I hope this is encouraging for someone today. We love you. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.